welcome to my class of cyber security. Today we will learn about malwares. Malware or malicious software is specially designed to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to a computer system, PC, or mobiles. For example, virus, trojans, worm, spyware, ransomware, adware are some common type of malware. Certain strains of malware are easier to detect than other. Viruses and worms operate secretly before the symptoms of their infection start to appear, such as freezing, delete or replace file, sudden shutdowns, or even making the processor hyperactive or over busy, consuming lots of resources and making the system slow. Ransomware and adware make their presence known immediately, either by encrypting the file or by streaming endless ads. Trojan and spyware hide in the system before being active. Collectively, they are called malware. In detail, we can say malware is any software intentionally designed to cause damage to a computer server, client, or computer network. A wide variety of types of malware exist. Programs are also considered malware if they secretly act against the interest of the computer user. For example, at one point, Sony Music compact disc silently installed a rootkit on purchasers' computers with the intention of preventing illicit copying, but which also reported on users' listening habit and unintentionally created extra security vulnerabilities. Many malware is sometimes used broadly against government or corporate website to gather guarded information or to disrupt their operation in general. However, malware can be used against individual to gain information such as personal identification number or details, bank or credit card number, and passwords. Some malware is used to generate money by click fraud, making it appear that the computer user has clicked on advertising link on a site, generating a payment from the advertiser. In addition to criminal money making, malware can be used for sabotage, often for political move. The best known type of malware, viruses and worms, are known for the manner in which they spread rather than any specific types of behavior. This is the representation through a diagram. Malwares can be in the form of virus, trojans, rootkit, worm, spyware, and crimeware, then adware. These are the different forms in which malware exists. Virus. A computer virus is a software that embeds itself in some executable file. Executable software, including the operating system itself, on the target system without the user's knowledge and consent, and when it is run, the virus is spread to other executables. On the other hand, a worm is a standalone malware software that actively transmits itself over a network to infect other computers. It is one type of malware that inserts its virus code to multiply itself by altering the programs and application. The computer gets infected through replications of malicious code and spread from host to host. Once downloaded, the virus usually lays dormant until the file is opened and in use. Viruses are designed to disrupt a system's ability to operate. As a result, virus can cause significant operational issues and data loss. Virus types. Virus can be of different types and can be categorized as boot sector virus, file sector virus, macro virus, electronic mail virus, multipartite virus, multivariant viruses. These are the different types. Virus, you have to remember this, that virus is a fragment of code embedded in a legitimate program. Viruses are self-replicating and are designed to infect another program. They can wreak havoc in a system by modifying or destroying files, causing system crashes and program malfunctions. First is file sector virus. A file sector virus attaches itself to executable program such as word processor, spreadsheet application and computer game. When the virus has infected a program, it propagates to infect other programs on the system as well as other systems that use a shared infected program. This type of virus infects the system by appending itself to the end of a file. It changes the start of a program so that the control jumps to its code. After the execution of its code, the control returned back to the main program. Its execution is not even noticed. It is also called parasitic virus because it leaves no file intact but also leaves the host functional. Second is boot sector virus. A boot sector virus is malware that infects the computer storage sector where startup files are found. The boot sector contains all the files required to start the operating system and other bootable program. Most common and recent are viruses that infect the master boot record. Boot sector virus infects boot sector of system, executing every time system is booted and before operating system is loaded. It infects other bootable media, like earlier days there were floppy disk. These are also known as memory virus as they don't affect the system. Now, boot sector virus most commonly spreads using physical media devices. An infected optical disc or USB drive connected to a computer will transfer infected code. When the drive's volume boot record is read, then it modifies or replaces the existing boot code. The next time a user tries to boot their computer, the virus will be loaded and executed immediately as a part of master boot record. Example, stoned marijuana. This is the diagrammatic representation of boot sector virus. This is primary partition table, boot code. See, this is the boot portion. This is partition 1, partition 2, partition 3. This is an extended partition, and then partition 4. Partitions within an extended partition. As a result of boot sector virus, there is an extended partition within one partition. So we can say that a boot sector virus is a computer virus that infects a storage device master boot record MBR. It is not mandatory that a boot sector virus successfully boots the victim's PC to infect it. As a result, even non-bootable media can trigger the spread of boot sector virus. These viruses copies their infected code either to the floppy disk's boot code or to the hard disk partition table. During startup, the virus gets loaded to the computer's memory. As soon as the virus is saved to the memory, it infects the non-infected disk used by the system. The propagation of boot sector virus has become very rare since the decline of floppy disk. These days, floppy disk is not even used. Also, present days operating system include boot sector safeguard that make it difficult for boot sector virus to infect them. This is the diagram. The virus copies boot sector to unused location. Virus replaces original boot block with itself. At system boot, it reduces physical memory. If it attached to read-write interrupt, manages all disk activity. Then there are three parts. It infects all read-write disks, blocks attempt to write in boot sector. It has logical bomb to wreak havoc. The adjacent figure depicts the flow, how the boot sector virus attacks a device, mainly attacking the master boot record. This is the example. Now we come to file sector virus. File sector virus infects the system by appending itself to the end of a file. It changes the start of a program so that the control jumps to its code. After the execution of its code, the control returns back to the main program. Its execution is not even noticed. It is also called parasitic virus because it leaves no file intact but also leaves the host functional. Example, Die Hard virus, Jerusalem, and Cascade virus. A file sector virus is a type of malware that infects executable file with the intent to cause permanent damage or make them unusable. Also, this type of virus infects the system by appending itself. It is also known as parasitic virus because it leaves no file intact but also leaves the host functional. This is the description. See, there is a virus, Die Hard virus. This is the description of the virus. This virus is this is a file. It is listed in normal files, but actually this is not a normal file. This is a file sector virus residing in the area where files reside, and this is an example of file sector virus. Electronic mail virus, email virus. An email virus consists of malicious code that is distributed in email messages, and it can be activated when a user clicks on a link in an email message, opens an email attachment, or interacts in some other way with the infected email message. Most viruses, Trojan horse, and worms are activated when we open an attachment or click a link contained in an email message. If we email client allows scripting, then it is possible to get a virus by simply opening a message. It is best to limit what HTML is available in your email message. From opening an email to being hacked, a routine activity provides a gateway for malicious hackers to take control of computer. By simply opening or clicking a link in email, we can have passwords changed, bank account hacked, and identify stolen. Example, the I love you virus comes in an email note with I love you in the subject line and contains an attachment that when opened result in message being resent to everyone in the recipient's Microsoft Outlook address book, and perhaps more seriously the loss of every JPEG, MP3 and certain other files on the recipient's hard disk. This is email virus. These viruses these are the virus that intentionally rather than accidentally uses the email system to spread. While virus infected files may be accidentally sent as email attachment, email viruses are aware of email system functions. They generally target a specific type of email system, harvest email address from various sources, and may append copies of themselves to all emails sent, or may generate email messages containing copies of themselves as attachment. This is warning, your email box is infected. Now, macrovirus. Unlike most viruses which are written in low-level language like C language, macrovirus are written in high-level language like Visual Basic. These viruses are triggered when a program capable of executing a macro is run. For example, macrovirus can be contained in spreadsheet files. Many common applications such as Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft Word allow macro program to be embedded in document or email so that the program may be run automatically when the document is opened. A macrovirus is a virus that is written in a macro language and embedded into these documents so that when user opens the file, the virus code is executed and can affect the user's computer. This is one of the reasons that it is dangerous to open unexpected or suspicious attachments in emails. Multipartite virus. Multipartite virus is able to infect multiple parts of a system including including boot sector, memory and files. This makes it difficult to detect and contain. A common way of attack by multipartite virus can be depicted. This type of virus is able to infect multiple parts of a system including boot sector, memory, file. This makes it difficult to detect and contain. This is the diagram of multipartite virus. Memory, then multipartite virus attack. It comes between memory and disk file. It affects something memory, disk file, boot sector. This is another diagram. Multipartite virus write itself to boot sector. It makes a copy in boot sector. Clean's executable is loaded into memory. There is it creates an executable file called clean.exe and then it is loaded into the memory. Virus infects the executables. It writes infected executable back to disk. DOS writes infected executable back to disk. In this way, multipartite virus include multiple parts like boot sector, memory and file. It makes it difficult to detect and find out. Thank you for watching.